What's up guys, Weather Wednesday, coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, I want to talk about one of my favorite champions in the game, Gnut. Now, a couple weeks ago, a couple of clan members asked me how I built my Gnut, and I showed them, and I thought it might be a good idea to go ahead and show you how I have built my Gnut, and show you where I use him. Now, he's a very versatile champion, and there's all kinds of uses for him throughout the game. He's particularly a boss killer, not somebody that you would want to use in any sort of arena team, but the kind of nuker that you would want to use in dungeons or clan boss or Hydra. And so I want to go ahead and show you how I have built him. Now, I have him in relentless gear, some of my best relentless gear and perception, and that is because I use him in Hydra and I want him to get as many turns as I possibly can. I also use him in hard fire night and I want to get him to have as many turns as possible. And I have him in perception because he does need accuracy. We'll go ahead and look at his kit. I do have him in brimstone, so that is certainly an option for you. He does have a good amount of accuracy, so that brimstone should land. Now, of course, his big thing is his A3, attacks enemy 3 times. Each hit decreases the target's defense by 3%. Each hit also heals this champion by 30% of the damage dealt. And he is a defense / enemy max HP champion. So this A3 hits incredibly hard. He does have a passive. When counterattacking, deals 100% of damage instead of 75%. Okay, but his counterattack is not that hard. His A2 does have that counterattack, which does feature a decreased attack and a weaken. So again, that accuracy will pay off. And the only thing to be careful with this is in Hydra. If you've got the Head of Torment, obviously you don't want to waste your A3 because you are feared. So you're going to have to deal with that one way or another. And his A1, this comes in handy in particular for the hard fire night because of the freeze. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has an 80% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%. So that's up to 45% for that triple hitter for you math majors. If the target's turn meter is not decreased, each hit has an 80% chance of placing a freeze. Of course, on the hard fire night, that freeze is what gives the turn meter debuff instead. So that works out quite well. And if you happen to put him in the lead of anything, he'll give you an extra 80 accuracy. I don't think I have him in the lead on anything. Now on to the build. Now, of course, when we go to the ring, I've got him in a defensive ring with a triple defense roll. So that's a very good ring, plus a little extra HP on there to help keep him alive because he's not super squishy, but a little bit of extra HP will help. And then, you know what? Let me go ahead and I don't have enough stuff. I do need to get this all the way up, but I need to farm a little bit of that oil, I suppose, or the potions, whatever this stuff is called. Extract. Whatever. And so, of course, I have him in crit damage with some extra crit damage. So that is a very good amulet. It does have 1 roll of accuracy. A little bit more would be nice, but his accuracy is fine. And then I do have, I chose, you can do this 2 different ways. You can either have accuracy on his banner, or you can have accuracy on his chest plate. I happen to have an accuracy banner with a triple speed roll, so that's the one that I rolled with. And then of course I've got him in crit damage gloves. Now it would be nice to have crit damage as the Ascension, but it's okay. I've got defense percent, which is also decent. If I happen to find some gloves with really good crit rate and I can get crit damage, that would be really good too, but that's good enough. And then of course I've got the defense percent on the chest plate. As I said, you could choose defense for the banner and accuracy on the chest plate. I think this works out a little bit better personally, and I would like to re-roll this and get defense percent in addition on the Ascendants, but you know, it's hard to come across that chaos powder. And of course I got speed, crit rate, and crit damage to help out there. And then onto the Relentless. I've got him in speed. Now if you have enough speed elsewhere, technically you could put defense percent boots on, but you'd probably lose a lot of speed unless you had like a triple or quad roll on those defense boots. So either way is okay, but I got defense 20% ascended onto these speed boots, so that's really good. Speed rolls would have also been good enough on the Ascension. And then of course the top parts, you're just looking for speed, crit rate, crit damage. And so we'll take a look at the total stats. Now I want to look in particular at the Hydra stats, because I added a lot of stats. That's where I put my main focus on. When you get those crests from Live Arena, I don't play a ton of Live Arena. I should play more, and I'm trying to make it a goal to play more, but the times are really difficult for me. So I play when I remember and when I can and when I have the energy to do so, but I would like to play more. So I add quite a bit of stats, which gets me to 5100 defense, 277 speed, 99% crit rate. What can you do? 284 crit damage and 423 accuracy, and that's going to be good enough for the Hydra Brutal team that he is on. So a few less stats in other areas. I did add just a little bit of stats also for the Hard Fire Knight, because that is my biggest challenge in the game right now. I just don't have the champions to get through Hard Fire Knight 10. I think I'm stuck on like 8 or 9 or something, and I think that might change very soon, so be on the lookout if I can figure that out, because of a certain champion that I pulled very recently, and so we will take a look at that soon. Now, where do I use him? I use him all over the place. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Hydra. I saved this key. We're having kind of a rough week here on Hydra Clash. We did win our last one, but it looks like we have some stiff competition. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make that comeback, but you never know. Now, here is my Hydra Brutal team. It features Marishka is going to keep us cleansed and alive, and we are going to go much faster thanks to Estrid. Molly is my favorite Hydra Provoker in the game, and then I've got Supreme Gaelic, and I've got Artak along with Gnut. Now, Gnut's main role is to make sure that my heroes never get consumed. So anybody who gets devoured, he is going to free them up. Now, Artak and Supreme Gaelic, they're more damage over time champions more than anything else. They can, if Gnut gets swallowed, and he often gets swallowed first, they can free him, but it's a little bit trickier. So we're going to go ahead and start on auto. Okay, here we are. My Artak has been swallowed, and my Gnut has his A3 available, going up against the Head of Wrath, and he's going to go ahead and free our Artak, and I'm guessing he's probably also going to take down this head. There we go. The head is down, my Artak is free, and that is the main thing that he is available for. Now, I just set up this run just so I could show that off, so this is not even a very good run, so I'm going to free recruit. The next thing that I want to do is show off my Gnut in Spider. This is a very common Spider Hard 10 team. There is a better team out there that involves like Sissia and Burns that is very fast. I don't have those champions available, so this is the team that I could build, and it's just a little over 30 seconds. And so my Kaimar is super fast, so I just start off with a sleep, but I need him later for the reset. Mithrala does her thing, Lydia does her thing, and Gnut takes down nearly 3/4 of the spider's health on his first hit. And then I've got Royal Guard. He does just enough extra damage to take down the spider on our second run here. We do a reset. Mithrala makes sure that we are safe. And then Gnut smash, smash, smash. And 33 seconds. And we got a ring to sell. The next thing is my brand new Phantom Shogun Grove team. And in fact, he is the aura lead on this team. So I take that back about him not being the lead in anything. But we'll go ahead and take a look at this team. Thankfully, they nerfed this dungeon. I was stuck on stage 24 because Renegade was dying. I need to up the HP on my Renegade, but basically we've got Ninja, Gnut, and Cold Heart doing all the damage. Dudan is taking the hit with the taunt. And our Renegade sometimes dies. That's usually okay, as long as Gnut can get his second hit in. And there we go, 25 seconds. And that is a new fast time. And hey, look, I got the Chaos Powder that I'm looking for. Okay, and here we are on the Hard Fire Knight stage 5, because it's my fastest team. I can get through stage 6, maybe 7. And basically this is a Razovarg-led team for the speed. We got Ferric in the Fat for his ally attack. And Gnut and Cold Heart, they're doing the damage. They're manipulating the turn meter. And basically we're waiting for that shield to be down and for Gnut to have his A3. And he's going to do quite a bit of damage once we get there. And that's not it. We do have Pythion in the team just to keep my team alive, because I don't think I have the speed requirements to keep them from getting hit. So Gnut did some damage there, and the boss is almost down. We've got about 3 minutes into the run, and most of that is just clearing the waves, because the waves can be kind of slow. But the boss really doesn't get a turn because of Gnut's turn meter manipulation. He only got one big hit and before that one, and that takes it down, and we get a helmet to sell. And lastly, we have the Dark Bay on stage 120 of the Doom Tower, which is just ending in a couple days, so this is my last chance to show you this. But basically we just need to get through the waves, and then we need to do a bunch of damage on this boss. And we should be able to do this fairly quickly, as long as we don't let their team wipe us out, which happens rarely. And we have Gnut in the team again for the turn meter manipulation, which is important against the Dark Fae, but also he just does a bunch of damage. We also have Ninja in the team and the Rat King. And as you can see, the health bar is halfway down, a minute and a half into the run. It will take another 30 seconds to a minute, I imagine, to get through this. And we're just trying to keep the other team from going too often. See how fast we can get through this. The one problem with the Rat King is he really likes to fill up that debuff bar, but we just got a bunch of damage from our Gnut there. Again, his A1 is not nearly as strong as his A3, but Ninja goes ahead and wipes out that team. So that is it for where I use Gnut, but there are a ton of places in the game where you might find him useful. Now that the Iron Twins Fortress has been nerfed, a lot of people are using him here because he will do a lot of damage. And the same thing goes with the Sand Devil's Necropolis. Now I already have teams that I like for those two dungeons, so I don't particularly use him there. I imagine you could probably use him in Dragon's Lair. I don't think that he's the most effective there. And Ice Calm's Peak is probably not a great idea because the crit damage will likely get your team wiped out. I wouldn't depend on him for Minotaur's Labyrinth just because of the waves will slow you down. Like, you could use him for the boss, I suppose, but I think there are better options for that. It's certainly a possibility. So that's it for my Gnut and how I have him built and where I use him. Let me know if you use him somewhere else that I did not mention, and if you see any improvements that you would make on my build, because I'm always open ears for learning how to improve my builds as well. I hope this helped you out, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. I am trying to get my subscription count, that number above my head, trying to get that up to 1,000. It looks like I am currently at 330. I would appreciate any new subscriptions, any new subscribers. And while you're here, you might as well leave a like and a comment, and I will see you in the next Raid Shadow Legends video. See ya!